Commander Drell of the Calaxian fleet stood on the bridge of his warship, staring at the view screen with narrowed eyes. The blue and green planet below them, designated Terra by the galactic maps but called Earth by its natives, rotated peacefully in the void. His mandibles clicked with anticipation. "Are we certain this is a death world?" asked his second-in-command, Officer Mira. "It looks rather peaceful." "The reconnaissance data is clear," Drell replied, his exoskeleton gleaming under the ship's lights. "High gravity, extreme temperature variations, toxic oxygen levels, and hostile indigenous life forms. Classic death world characteristics. And yet, the humans have not only survived but built a spacefaring civilization. The Calaxian Empire had conquered 17 systems in the last cycle. Their warriors, bred for combat and encased in the finest battle armor, were feared across 3 spiral arms of the galaxy. But death worlds like Earth presented unique challenges and unique opportunities. Species that evolved on such harsh planets often made exceptional warriors themselves. "Begin the invasion protocol," Drell ordered. "We'll start with a small settlement in their northern hemisphere. Deploy the 1st Battalion to establish our dominance." Officer Mira hesitated. The atmospheric sensors are detecting unusual patterns in that region. "Irrelevant," Drell said dismissively. "Our armor is designed to withstand any planetary condition." The battalion deployed near a human settlement called Portland. 100 elite Calaxian warriors, each standing over 7 feet tall with reinforced exoskeletons and plasma weapons, disembarked from their landing craft into a clearing surrounded by tall green vegetation. Captain Tark, leading the ground forces, immediately activated his communication link. "Commander, there appears to be frozen water falling from the sky." In the command ship, Drell leaned forward. "Frozen water. Small white crystals," Tark confirmed, extending a clawed hand to catch some of the falling material. "The humans call it snow, according to our translation matrix. Temperature readings indicate -5 degrees on their Celsius scale. Proceed with caution," Drell instructed. "Remember, Death World inhabitants are adaptable." The battalion advanced through the snowy forest toward the human settlement, their heavy footsteps crunching through the white blanket covering the ground. They had gone less than a mile when their sensors detected movement ahead. A human appeared on the path, wearing what appeared to be minimal protective gear, just a light jacket, a knitted cap, and thin gloves. The Calaxians froze, weapons raised, as the human looked up in surprise. The human, a man named Tom, had been out for his morning jog. He stared at the alien warriors with wide eyes before raising a small device from his pocket. "Hey, are you guys filming a movie or something?" Tom asked, assuming they were humans in elaborate costumes. "That's some seriously good makeup." Captain Tark didn't respond, confused by the humans' lack of fear and protective equipment. Their intelligence had indicated that sub-zero temperatures were lethal to most carbon-based life forms without significant protection. Yet this human was casually standing in it, breath-forming clouds in the frigid air, seemingly comfortable. Before the captain could decide on a course of action, more humans appeared. A group of children, laughing and shouting as they slid down a nearby hill on small plastic sleds. They wore colorful outerwear but nothing that resembled survival gear. One child fell face first into a snowbank, emerged covered in white powder, and continued laughing. "Commander," Tark transmitted, his voice uncharacteristically uncertain. "The humans are exposing their young to these conditions. They appear to be enjoying it." On the bridge, Commander Drell watched the feed from Tark's visual sensors with growing concern. "Impossible. Our biological data indicates their bodies are mostly water. They should be freezing solid." As if to confirm his worst fears, a small human child approached the battalion, dragging a sled behind her. "Cool costumes," she exclaimed, looking up at the towering aliens. "Are you guys from that new space movie? Do you want to try sledding? It's super fun." Captain Tark took an involuntary step backward. "Commander, request immediate consultation. The humans are using their young to approach us. This may be a trap." A sudden gust of wind blew through the clearing, dropping the temperature further and swirling snow around the battalion. The collection's environmental sensors began flashing warnings. Conditions were deteriorating rapidly. Meanwhile, more humans appeared, walking dogs, carrying groceries, or simply strolling through the wintry landscape. None showed any signs of distress. In fact, many seemed to be deliberately spending time in the frigid conditions when they could presumably be in heated shelters. Full retreat, Commander Drell ordered suddenly. Return to the ships immediately. Sir? Officer Mira questioned. We haven't even engaged the humans yet. Drell's compound eyes reflected the image of a human child making a ball of snow and throwing it playfully at another. A species that considers these conditions recreational is not one we want to engage in combat. Any creature that evolved to withstand such extremes would be nearly impossible to defeat on their home territory. As the battalion hurriedly retreated to their landing craft, a light snow began to fall again. Captain Tark looked back at the human settlement, where life continued undisturbed despite what his training had taught and were lethal environmental conditions. Recalibrate our understanding of deaf worlds, Commander Drell instructed once all forces had returned to the ship, and mark this system as prohibited for conquest attempts. As the Calaxian fleet accelerated away from Earth, Officer Mira observed, perhaps we should be grateful they haven't yet decided to expand beyond their system. Commander Drell's exoskeleton shuddered slightly. Indeed, let us hope they remain content with their frozen water games and never discover what the rest of the galaxy has to offer. For everyone's sake. Behind them, Earth continued its rotation, billions of humans going about their lives, completely unaware of how their simple tolerance for winter weather had just saved them from an alien invasion.